Hi, happy Wednesday. Happy Time Live Day. We are so excited today because we are bringing you BlowTYME. Hold on, BlowTYME. So that's why I look like a partially drowned rat today. Yep, I came on with wet hair so I can teach you guys my new favorite blow dry. So very excited to show you. We've been talking about it for a while, but everything else just kept coming up. We had the whole team in town. We had Kendrick in town. We all love having Kendrick on. So, you know, I just have been putting off the blow dry because, well, I don't know why. I'm not really putting it off. It's just been, you know, other things getting in in front of it. That's the word I was looking for. Okay, so hope you're having a great week. I just love coming on here with really wet hair. It's drying by the minute though. I keep spraying it to keep it more wet so you can see the blow dry. So what are we giving for presents today, Jenny? What can you help me out here?
Yeah, so the iron.
Okay. Oh, we're giving an iron. One present.
BlowTYME with selfie time to hold in those.
BlowTYME with selfie time. So when you get your style done, you can get it locked in with selfie time. So that's what we're giving away for one present today.
And then 2 of the time traveler sets.
And 2 time traveler sets. So these are so fun. I was thinking this would be really fun for kids going back to school because they, you know, I think this is great for kids going overnight and, you know, or going to their friends for the weekends or whatever we have going on. So we thought these would be fun back to school. Oh, and for kids going off to college, that would be fun because I know going into the shower in the dorm rooms, like misery, right? Oh man. So I thought this would be a cute, fun way for them to go off to school. So we're giving away 2 of these today too. So those are traveler sets. I want to call them overnight sets too, kind of, but it was so funny. We gave away these to a lady, one of our winners, and she said it lasted her 3 months. Isn't that right? Do you know her name? I can't remember her name right off the top of my head, but I thought that was funny. So, you know, you get a 3-month supply. 3 cement? What am I saying? Oh my goodness.
I think it was Brittany who lasted 3 months.
Brittany? Okay, so we think it was Brittany. Okay, so I'm going to start by spraying my hair with Upstage because it's ever important in your blow time. So you can see how many sprays I use, and everybody always asks if you can spray it in dry hair. Yes, you can, but I like your hair to be like a little bit damp. So up here is probably the better vicinity, but you know, I've been trying to maintain wet hair since about 9 o'clock this morning, so 3 hours of you know, hair drying. You know, it's not the perfect example for you, but you know, I'm doing my best here. So I'm just gonna spray in Upstaged and get it sprayed in nice. Okay, so that's Upstaged, and then I'm going to disperse it through all of my hair by brushing it in. And then we'll start blow drying. So I have to warn you guys, I have a lot of hair. So, but hopefully you'll learn, and I would like lots of questions today because I always have to concentrate to look and make sure I'm getting everything in the camera and focus also on what I'm doing. So if you have questions, it will help me stay focused and teaching. So, all right, so we'll get started. Sorry, my jeans were caught. Holy jeans, you know? Okay, so.
Can you remind them what they need to do to win? That's it.
What do they need to do to win? Yes. Okay, so we give away presents for comments, answers, and shares. And when you share, make sure you share publicly so that we can see that you've shared. And we just love positive comments. We love questions. We love all kinds of things. We just like happy things and teaching moments. So anything you want to do to participate, that's pretty much it. It's participation, really. That's what we should call it. Do you guys like participation? I like participation.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So, all right. So, yeah, I'm going to get started. So there's a couple of different ways that I start with my blow dry. Usually I start in the front, right in the very front, and then I blow dry to the back. Right now I've been spraying my front, so I might do a little bit in the back just to show you different angles because these pieces are almost dry. So I want to catch them before they actually do dry on you. So, you know, you'll notice that I'm focusing on having my hair or the blow dryer in the center of the round brush. and moving down, and you'll notice the hair isn't getting too crazy around it. I like a controlled blow dry. And so I'm going to blow dry just a little bit different today because of how dry my hair is. So I'm going to show you, I'll try and keep you in the loop as to what's different when my hair is more dry as opposed to less dry.
Do you usually towel dry your hair?
Do I towel dry my hair? Yeah, I definitely like sit with my hair drying as long as possible. Like I do my makeup first and then dry my hair after that because I want my hair as dry as possible before I really start blow drying.
And just so that they want to know if your dryer has a cool setting.
Does my dryer have a cool setting? Yes, it's this button right here and it stays on. So each time I push it, it either turns it on or off. Okay, so we're just gonna blow dry. You'll really want to keep your hair focused, or your blow dryer in the middle section, and keep your hair as controlled as possible. And when you want more volume up top, I'll show you how to do that. This this blow dry for me is about just control, because my hair gets a little bit crazy. It's, you know, I always refer to it as like horsehair. So my goal is always to just get it smooth and as much volume as possible. So right here, I just pull everything forward, and I'm going to redo this section because your ends will dry naturally. So you really want to focus on getting the more dense hair. You know how there's more hair at the top and less hair at the bottom? You really want to get that top hair as dry as the ends before you move down through the ends. So that's why I dried it so many times first. And then I'll just take, you know, 1 or 2 swipes over the ends. And you really just want to, it's all about control, a good blow dry.
Do you recommend brushing your hair right out of the shower or waiting a little bit?
I definitely like to wait. I don't like, you know, brushing through when it's sopping wet because I think it's just miserable. You get your mirror all full of drops of water. So I just kind of let it towel dry in the beginning and air dry, and then when I'm done with my makeup is when I start brushing through it.
And then is it better to blow dry with the concentrator or without it?
Oh, definitely I would say with, because it's all about controlling and knowing exactly what you want to dry. So you see, like, I'm not causing a lot of disruption over here on the surrounding pieces. I'm only drying exactly where I want, which is right where my airflow is, in the center of the brush. That way it has time to run over the back and create that volume.
And then so that they want to know, do you always use a round brush, or does it depend on the style you want that day?
Definitely depends on the style I want that day. So I'll try and show you a little bit of the difference with another blow dry on the other side with a paddle brush. So this piece I usually like to just go straight forward. And then make sure that's really controlled.
And they want to know, do you dry the ends last, or does it matter at all?
So the goal is to get, all right, so let me talk about that part because I think that's very important. The goal is to try and get this part that holds moisture more because it's more dense and more like, what's the word? It's all grouped together really. You know, like it's up here, it's really all together, and down here it gets more dispersed. So the goal is to really get the water out of here as much as possible to then match the lower part of it. So I'm always trying to dry this to match how dry this already is, and then I use a consistent flow after that. Okay, so I missed a piece underneath here, so I'm gonna go ahead and get that piece.
And they want to know if the dryer is on high setting right now.
No, I actually blow dry on low because I always like utilizing that time now, and I find that I get a better blow dry on low on this blow dryer because, like, if I'm blow drying on a client, I can do high because I can control every movement and I can see exactly where the pieces are and all this you know, all the other factors. But when you're on yourself, when you're blow drying on yourself, you have like, you can't, I don't know how to explain how it's so much easier to work on somebody else than on yourself. In your arms, you know, it's just so many factors and your angles that you can get. So I like blow drying on low and then watching videos or listening to music or talking on the phone or whatever instead. It's made my blow time much more enjoyable. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this piece. I'm gonna put this over so that I can get underneath here and get a clear shot at it. I can turn it on high so they can hear the difference and see the difference. And I think you can still hear me pretty good over the high. I wish I could compare another blow dryer, but I don't want to bash another blow dryer, you know? So you see how like more pieces get dispersed around? You see how these pieces start flying around when I have it on high. So that's why I like the low setting and high heat for my hair. Because then I don't have all that chaos around. It's kind of like, you know, like, have you guys ever like turn on your windshield wipers too high and it makes it feel all panicky? That's what high settings feel like to me when I'm blow drying on myself. Now that I'm used to the low setting, I never did that before because I never had a blow dryer that was like powerful enough to do that. That I could blow dry on low. It feels so peaceful. It doesn't feel like, oh, I gotta hurry, I gotta get everything under control. And then I can learn and watch videos and stuff. I say you can get a Harvard education while you blow dry your hair now.
Yeah. And Jacinda, can any hair type use a round brush?
Yeah, you know, I think it's basically if your hair can wrap around the round brush, then you can use it. So you think of the very, very short hairstyles, they would want to do more like the triangle brush because it just, like if you think about a super short piece and trying to wrap around that big brush, it would be kind of goofy. But anything past that, yeah, you can.
And there's people that want to see you using a paddle brush as well.
Okay.
Whenever you get a
so
chance.
I'll do that on this side. Let me just make sure I have my left side in order so that we can kind of compare the two. I think I just didn't blow dry this fully, so let me get a little bit more. It's kind of tricky when you have your hair like half wet.
And they did want to know when you use the cool setting. You might have to repeat that in your
Oh, so cool setting? Okay, so where hair cools is where it stays. So if you're really working towards getting big volume is where you'd want to use the cool setting. Okay, so that's one side. So imagine if you had like shorter hair like Jenny, like cool setting would come in very handy for hers. See, this is how my hair naturally dries, just funky, just a little bit weird. So like Jenny, do you want to come over and let me show on you like where a cool setting would come in? For me, it's not like super useful because of my hair type and how heavy it is and how, you know, the volume kind of gets, volume is okay for me. I don't struggle to get volume. So I'm gonna bring Jenny in and show you. Hello everybody, Jenny. Okay, so I wanna show you how if you had Jenny's hair type, right? And you take the hair and you blow dry like this, and then you have the heat, well, where it cools is where it stays. So that's why you see lots of people dry their hair with Velcro rollers or something like that. And what I like about using the lower heat is that just like the iron, it seems like a faster cooling process. Do you find that, Jenny, now that you're blow drying on low too?
Yeah.
So what you do is you would heat this hair and then you would do the cool shot at the end. So let me show you how that would work. So you put it on, you heat it up, and then you go to the cool shot and you cool it in place so that it takes on that shape, because where hair cools is where it stays. So then we'd let it sit there and then we'd bring it out like this, and then she'd have more volume there. So that's where the cool shot comes in handy, is creating more volume.
Yes.
Yep, thank you, Janet.
You are welcome.
Jenny. She also let me borrow her jacket today. I was struggling because my arms were looking funny, so I had to have a jacket to cover them up. It was looking real white. I haven't been outside much lately. Okay, so let's work on a paddle brush blow dry so you can really see the difference. And apparently I will be curling my hair later today. I'm gonna wet the front a little bit more because I think it will give the paddle brush some too much of a challenge if I have my hair too dry? You guys like my big, huge water bottle? It's such a struggle to spray this thing. I mean, you'd think we'd have something better.
And you said if your hair gets frizzy when you blow dry normally, does it make a difference if you use high or low? Which one should you pick?
So there's a lot of different types of frizz that you can get. You can get frizz from over blow drying, which will then look like it's dried out. And what does it look like then? Can anyone think of like what that looks like? You know, because it looks more fluffy,
like bushy, like it's
kind of. But so there's a couple of different kinds of frizz, right? Like there's frizz where hair is dehydrated, there's frizz where hair is burnt, there's frizz where hair is just like, you know, like, yeah, like, you know, it's like way out here because you have static. So there's all kinds of different frizz. And then there's frizz where your hair is like sucking in, like your hair is naturally curly and then it frizzes out. So that's why I struggle when the frizz question comes up. So, because there's so many different avenues. I wish there was a better saying than what that's the skin the cat saying. Like, you know, there's so many different avenues to talk about when it comes to frizz. So what was the question? Let me see if I can...
Basically, if you get frizz, should you have it on high or low? I would assume
yeah.
low, right?
So yeah, I think most of it would come from dehydrating the hair. So as long as your shampoo and conditioner, your foundational products are providing enough moisture to your hair, then what might be happening is that you're over drying the hair, so it's like dried out. I'm going to think of an analogy for that at some point. I don't know why I can't think of it right now. I don't know why we haven't thought of that before either. Okay, so let's talk about paddle brush blow drying. Okay, so this is my new favorite blow dry. This is the one everyone's been asking lately what I've been doing, and that's what I do is I just blow dry everything forward like that. And it's like the same motion as the iron. Everything is just here and forward, and it is like, it's bonkers how much time that saves me from all this other stuff I used to do. But this is what I do when I'm using a paddle brush. Oh, this bracelet I might have to take off because it keeps getting hooked on the blow dryer. Okay, so paddle brush blow drying. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna focus on from scalp to mid shaft to start, and then we'll catch up the ends later. And hopefully I can bring them around because they're so dry already, but I can still show you the effect of it. So what I do when I do a paddle brush blow dry is I displace all the natural fall tendencies. So I move the hair away from where it naturally falls, and I'm really focusing right at the scalp to mid shaft, okay? And so you want to move all of it up and over, and same here. So everything comes up and over. And you're just really focusing. You see how I don't dry the ends. The ends come into play later because I don't want to over dry the ends. That's a real big problem. A lot of people focus too much on the ends and then they over dry them, and that's why you struggle with hair growth and frizz and, you know, lots of, you know, removing the shine from your hair. Okay, and so once I get that mostly dry, then I can start coming in and drying further down. If you don't make too much of a knot like I just did. Okay. So the biggest thing is always knowing where your airflow is hitting, not being back here. That'll cause collapse. Up here will cause just controlled and more volume, because whatever it runs over, this is going to give me a more straight look than the other side. And the other thing you could do is you could continue through with a round brush after you do the scalp area to start. And you can see how that's turning out pretty good. The main thing you want to do is focus on that you're maintaining shine all throughout the blow dry. You want to make sure that you're not removing it. If you've taken the shine out of it, then you've gone too far. So you can see, like right here, that it's still damp. You can tell just by looking at the hair that it's damp, because it almost looks like you have an oil in your hair, and it looks like it wants to like group together more. When hair gets dry, it will still have its shine, but it'll be freed up a little more to move around and won't get so like clumped together. Do you have any more questions yet?
There's a good one about the stylus. Are the stylists, can we do a style time
Yeah, absolutely. Our stylists are well versed in our products, whether it's blow drying or the iron. So you can absolutely, if you get a BlowTYME, you can absolutely sign up for a stylist session. So right here, you can tell I'm not going to get that probably out with this, with the paddle brush, because it doesn't have enough grip. The bristles are too far apart for me to really get the control I need at this point, because it's too dry, right? And so I'm going to need a little tension to really control the rest of this piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to blow dry this in another shape so that you can see the difference between blow drying back like this versus down like I did on the other side. And you'll really see the difference of how just holding your brush different can take a different shape. Tammy, is there anything you've learned from blow drying that you really want people to know?
It's basically, my biggest thing was I'm back, put my ponytail on top so I don't touch that because it dries the fastest.
Yep.
And then I'm still learning the round brush, getting underneath my hair.
Yeah. Did you learn more to not spin the round brush?
Yeah, that was my biggest problem.
Yeah.
I was spinning it instead of pulling like down and outward.
Yeah.
And then I was getting a weird curl.
You were spinning instead of going down and out?
Yes.
What do you mean?
Like down.
Yeah.
I was just spinning.
Oh, you were spinning in place.
You're hitting in place.
Yes, and then that means you're hitting the piece over and over with too much heat if you're just spinning it in place. So you want to make sure you're always moving your brush around. That is so key. Tammy's paying more attention to the blow dry today because she's like, I need to learn more about the blow dry.
It definitely, there's a lot to learn.
Yeah, and you know, just try and find ways that you can hold the brush more comfortably. See, like me getting under here and keeping a consistent brush angle is much harder than just going underneath from the back like this. So, you know, try and experiment with brush angles because they can do tons to make the blow dry easier for you, make your blow time more enjoyable. That's gonna be our new motto.
And now the back, there's a lot of questions on the back of the hair, just in that, how you get the back, you know, straighter, how you're for sure drying it
Well,
back.
the big thing you want to do is just make sure that you focus on this scalp area, right? That is the key part because a lot of people don't blow dry back here. They only focus on all of this. So if you move around, can you hear me? I guess when I have my back turned. If you move the hair around, you know, to the front and break that natural fall tendency back there, you'll be sure to get that back as well. So you just want to really focus on that scalp area like I did in the beginning. Okay, so I'm going to try and bring this piece together and then we'll check out how I did for the most part. And Jenny and I do a very different form of blow drying. Oh wow, that looks kind of funny this side because it was so dry when I started. I didn't really give you that effect that I wanted. Normally, if you do, you can see a little bit about how this side bumps out more because I did that. My angle on this side was to blow dry like this, but it had already dried into that natural curl, but it would be more of a shape like this versus how this one was down and forward. And this is really great. The down and forward is really great when your, you know, bang area is like here, but now it's like getting to a point where I can't really do that anymore. I need to start doing this one so that it'll give you more volume and control out here. So, I wish I could, I think I might spray that a little bit better to show you guys because I think that's an important point to show. Because when that looks good, it looks really good. Isn't that how you do yours, Jenny? That's how Jenny does her front, is she blow dries.
I love this question because it is so me.
Ooh, that was a knee slapper for Tammy. She was excited. She goes, oh, I just love this question.
What about those of us who sweat so much when blow drying?
blow dry on cold all the way if you can,
Yes.
or low heat and low setting, and just try and take breaks. And that's why I like to, you know, I think that's part of the reason why I don't, because you can tell like how calm my blow dry is because I'm like not in this panicky, like, you know that windshield wipers, I swear the sound of it just makes you like, oh, panicky, like it's raining really hard, but it may not be.
And that's kind of like when your blow dryer's on high, that's what it feels like. And
it
that's
does.
why
it feels like you have to hurry and you got to get stuff under control. But if you do this low, it's like so peaceful. You're like, oh yeah, you can talk to me. I can talk on the phone. I can watch videos. Find out what my favorite songs are. Let some YouTube videos play, whatever you do. If you have a TV in your bathroom, you know. So yeah, I don't know. And so you can also just blow dry on cold the whole way if you don't have like, if you have a Jenny type hairstyle, it's a lot easier for you to do a cool blow dry, right? Because Jenny, like her hair will dry straight regardless. Or like Brooke, if you can remember Brooke from a couple weeks ago. We did have Brooke on, didn't we? Yeah.
Last week she popped in, I think.
She was in last week, and then when we were in Arizona, that one too. But like for my hair, you need heat. You just did a paddle brush today? Oh, did you? Yeah. Because she was just going for the all straight today, huh? I didn't know that. I'm not used to you ever doing an all paddle brush one. Okay. What'd you say?
Because I'm in a hair
She's in a hair rut. So next week we're going to have to talk about Jenny's cut. I mean, really, can I just get this under control? It's ridiculous. Good teaching. But you can see how this gives you a lot more volume in doing that. And then I get like a little flippy thing. So you can start, you know, that's how you can round brush a curl in as well. So it's just about turning and getting the right angle. And you can see how this one's almost turning towards my face and creating the opposite curl, right? So you could see how eventually this would come around and become a curl if I really focused on it becoming a curl. So that's the difference between holding your brush and turning back on this side and going down and forward on this side. So one curls towards your face and one curls away from your face. And I think those are really helpful hints. I think that's really, really key for, you know, knowing which look you like. Because like, this is probably, I need to change into this blow dry now because this has been driving me crazy lately. The last few weeks, you'll notice me touching my hair a lot because it's like falling in all the time, and I think that's why. So thanks for the epiphany today, guys.
Yeah, and that's what they had questions about, if the blow dry, if you can like create different styles with the brushes and stuff, and that's exactly what
Oh yeah, absolutely. You can, you know, with the brushes, I mean, you're limited by how much you want to put into your blow, you know, the effort in your blow dry. Like for me, if I'm gonna go into curling, I'm just gonna pick up the iron because it's talking 3 minutes of my time to 5 minutes of my time. Whereas doing a blowout that creates curl like this takes a lot more effort for me. So, you know, you have to kind of gauge what you're willing to put in and what you want to get out of it. So yeah. Okay, so now how do I bring this together? I think I'm gonna part this over on this side so that I can, you know, shape it, and then I'll show you what I would do to spray it in. So normally I can get all these like bumps out, but because I've been air drying my hair for 3 hours, it's a little more difficult today. It's a bit of a challenge because it's already set in. So I'm gonna spray this piece and see if I can get it to set more straight. Okay, that's kind of good because you need to really focus on your spraying, right? What is it? What do I say for spraying? Spray with purpose. Yeah, I was like, what? I can't think of what I say. Okay.
Where your hairspray dries is where your hair stays.
Yeah. Yes, where hairspray dries is where it stays. Okay.
Yeah, because I've never sprayed so close to my face like you do. Like I always sprayed it all around me, all over the air.
Yeah, I know. Tammy would spray her counters, her floors.
Everywhere but my hair.
Yeah. Well, that's a different look. I haven't come up with that look before. I got a real curly curl today.
Looks like you used the iron.
I know, right? Doesn't it?
That's what someone said. They never would have believed you did that if they didn't watch you.
Yeah,
Just
I wouldn't have believed it. I usually don't do that. I haven't
seen
done
that.
that. Yeah, it's tricky. You know, you learn something new every day. That's how 3M strips were created, or Post-it notes were created. They like didn't know what they were gonna do, and then I don't know. That was
just so happened.
Yeah, it just so happened. Yeah, so we saw it on live. I can create a curl another way than just with the iron. So I don't know if you can see the ends very good to see the difference in the paddle versus the round. And I do need a haircut, so let's look only here. you know.
And just how do you keep static from forming with blow drying is the upstage, I'm sure.
Yeah, upstage. And honestly, like I've never experienced static since I've been using our products. I think some of the girls, when they came from Colorado to Iowa, because their hair was picking up like different moisture, I think they experienced a little bit of static, but I think their hair would adjust over time. I don't know. I have to call the girls and see how that works. But all of the products, if you lock in the moisture, you know, is how it won't be. I think that's what's creating more static because it's all dried out. So if you lock in moisture, yeah, I'm spraying an empty bottle of Timeless. Apparently we don't know how to find Timeless in here. We can't find paddle brushes. We're just really struggling. Okay, so I'm going to just brush in Timeless to really keep that shine look. I think that is so key to the blow dry. Do you guys ever not use Timeless now? Like,
no.
do you ever?
And it actually, I think like for static as well.
Yeah, definitely for static. Yeah.
So,
okay, well that's a different look. Okay, so we learned to do blow dry today. Wow, I'm just really impressed by this round brush curl I've done. Really excited about it. I'm gonna pat myself on the back for that one. Okay, so do we have any more questions? Have you seen any other?
I think we're pretty good.
Okay. Oh yeah, see look, everybody's saying since I've started using the products I have no static. I love that. So we aren't the only ones experiencing that. That's great. Yeah, Brittany loves Timeless. I know, me too, right? Okay, so let's see. How long did that take me? Oh, we're quick today. That's faster than teaching curling lessons, huh? It's only 12
And they
minutes.
did ask how long it normally takes you to dry.
Probably, I don't know what that took me. I think it usually takes me between like, you know, like probably 10 minutes, I would say, about, you know, just blow drying, like really a good blow dry that's gonna last me for days, not just like, you know, I can do a quicker blow dry and on high and panicky and then just curl it real quick. So it depends on, you know, what, but I still think that you know, because I'm not trying to like recover the hair and unknot it, because, you know, when you're using high and it sprays around, you know, like different, when you're using high and it's spraying like this hair and making it all get messy, then it takes me longer to like brush it out, you know? So I think that it's faster with just using low. So, all right. So do we have presents?
We do.
All right, what presents? Okay, let's do the iron first.
Okay, the iron winner is Priya Mango.
Priya what?
Mango.
Mango? So Priya, you are our iron winner today. Congratulations. Excited. So excited. And then how about traveler sets?
Okay. First traveler set goes to My V.
My V. Oh, cute. My V. Okay, so My V is our first time traveler set winner.
And the second one is Heidi Nye.
Heidi Nye. Okay, so Heidi is our other traveler set winner. Congratulations. Oh, and by the way, take pictures before you use these because we love the difference. One of our time winners, our traveler set winners, like it was amazing the difference in her hair. It was crazy, crazy. So please take pictures before because we love seeing your progress. Okay, and then what do we have? Shampoo and conditioner and?
No, BlowTYME with selfie time.
Oh, BlowTYME with selfie time, sorry. I got confused on our presents. Okay, so BlowTYME and selfie time winner is?
Lisette Ayala.
Lisette Ayala. Okay, so congratulations for your BlowTYME and selfie time. All right.
Email us.
Oh yes, please winners, don't forget to email us or send us a message with your email address and your mailing address. I can't get these sides even now. I feel like I want to learn how to blow dry on this side with a curl. Okay, and I think that's it. Do we have any more questions? I feel like this is the fastest one we've ever done.
Let's see if any came
I thought the blow drying one would take forever. I wouldn't have put it off so long if I would have known it was fast.
Actually, there's a question about can you blow dry your hair and then use the iron?
Oh, absolutely. That's exactly what we're all set up for, is keep the right amount of shine in your hair so that you are then set up to do curling. So when I say I don't want you to, you know, dry your hair 100%, I don't want it to be bone dry everywhere. I don't want it to be wet either or damp or anything like that. I just want it to make sure that you didn't strip all the moisture out of your hair. I want it to be still shiny. so that when you curl it, it still is shiny as well. So that's what we're always saying when we refer to like, don't over dry your hair. We don't want it over dried. We don't want you to just suck all the moisture out of it and then it looks dried. Kind of like it would look when it's over dried, it starts looking like, you know, like that, like my ends kind of do, because they need a haircut. So that's kind of how you know it's over dried. But this is the right amount of dry, it's shiny. Okay, so we're good? All right, we'll see you next Wednesday. Thanks for joining me, guys. We'll see ya. Bye.